that break down the format for the previous tax year in 2020, what was qualifying for reimbursement or deductions, et cetera, and what is for 2021 and what is current. So this is very important to know as a W-2, as a self-employed. If you're doing both, that's even more important. And in my situation, I am doing W-2s, full-time employee. I work on the side doing DoorDash as self-employed. If I have to know what my reimbursement rate is, which I need to know for tax savings, if I'm doing my own like tax saving strategy and plans, I need to know what I qualify for. So the IRS sets guides, standards for what qualifies for the deduction. So for the IRS standard mileage rate for 2020, for your business, you have to be doing your business only. So it's DoorDash, Uber, nothing in between. You count for those miles when you're doing your deliveries and when you're picking up people and dropping them off. The rate, the reimbursement was 57.5 cents to the mile. It dropped to 56 this year in 2021. That's very important. I wasn't even aware of this deduction rate, reimbursement rate for the tax year. When I started door dashing in 2020, I did not keep a plan of what I was doing, what I wanted to do as far as, tax savings and all that kind of stuff and what I was actually doing. I didn't record the miles that I drove. I drove a lot. And all the reimbursement rate that I could have gotten would have saved me at least a few hundred in taxes. And that was all gone because I didn't know about it because of my ignorance. So I got educated. I said, okay, I'm doing DoorDash for 2021. What's the rate going to be? And I found out it's 56. It dropped from 57.5 to 56. Going to the other sections on here, there's personal deductions. So depending on your filing status, if you're unmarried, married individuals filing separate, head of households, married individuals filing joint returns, and surviving spouses, they each have their own standard deduction, as you can see. So from 2020, it either stayed the same or it increased. So this is good to know when doing taxes in general. For IRA plans, I go down to Roth and traditional. The contribution limit for an IRA, if you're under 50, the contribution for 2021 is 6,000, and that did not change from 6,000 last year in 2020. The IRA contribution for 50 and older is 7,000, which didn't change from 2020, 7,000. For the Coverdell Education IRA, it's 2,000 for 2021, which didn't change from 2020. So these are things to really know from the tax year, from tax year to tax year, because they change. And there's no reason to not know if you're trying to save money on taxes. So there's more information on here. Business retirement plans for 2020, 2021. If you have a 401k and you want to know your max employee contribution, you have 19,500, which has not changed from 2020. There's information down here for the SEP, simple IRA, and you have catch-up contributions you can make if you're 50 or older. And there's more information on some circumstances, and I'll keep moving on. State taxes. We have 9 non-income tax states. So this is good to know if you're living in one of these states. And if you're not living in one of these states, then you're paying your income taxes. Let me zoom out. Estate and gift tax broken down by jurisdiction, estate tax exclusion, and estate tax percent rate. Medical expenses, depending on what you are doing. I'm doing an HSA account. That's a triple tax saving strategy that I talk about in my other videos. For single, for 2021, it's 3,600, which went up by $50 from last year, 2020, 3,550. For married, it's 7,100 for 2020. For this year, it went up to 7,200. You have your high deductible health plan, minimum deductible for single and married. They did not change from 2020 to this tax year. You have your HDHP max out of pocket. So there are some changes and an increase for both single and married from 2020 to 2021. And you have your flexible spending account, your FSA. So depending on your strategy, you have to know these numbers. And depending upon what you want to do, what your aim is, if you want more tax saving strategies, You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what the numbers are. I kind of said that once already, right? So this is just a good gouge, just really a good reference that just tells you point blank what you need to know as far as numbers for your taxes. And I hope this helps. So take notes if you haven't. Take care. I'll see you guys.